see coming out of this. It could be an extraordinary moment for certainly Robey Theater Company, but also other theater companies who now have another platform in which they see what is happening in this country, as we've seen the good old boys, we've seen the language and degrading language of the former president, and let's see how we use theater and art itself in reflecting this moment.
You know what's showing that, Danny, is the project we just commissioned, Lee Simon. Once again, Lee is on board working on, the working title is A Difficult Discussion. And I'll just say this much about it, because it's really a reflection of icons that have transitioned, about a dozen iconic figures, including Dr. King, Malcolm X, Zora Neale Hurston, Lorraine Hansberry, these Tupac Shakur, Richard Pryor, all are in this story setting to comment, to see what's happening on the planet, and to give an opinion about that without biting their tongue. Hence the title, A Difficult Discussion. And Lee's working on that now. In fact, we've been working on it for about a year. As well as, again, the lab is so important. Over the past almost 20 years, we've produced 4 plays that have been developed, honed, right in the Robey Theater Company's Playwrights Lab. Bronzeville, Reckoning, Transitions, and again, Lee Simon, the magnificent Dunbar Hotel. And so that work that you're referring to, that you're talking about, trying to give some kind of mirror of what's happening in the world, what's happening to us, what we're doing, it's all coming out of that workshop. I mean, there are some playwrights in there that have been with us for a dozen years. And it's serving them. I always say it's because it creates community, man. You know, writers, they are the genesis of the creative process in the theater. Everything starts with the writer. We have no writers, we have no theater. You know, Philip Hayes Deans, we used to, you know, Philip, man. Philip was a curmudgeon from way back, but just a brilliant theater man. And I used to tease him. I said, you know, the first person of the theater is the actor. Because I'm an actor, right? And I'm saying, okay, you cannot do theater without an actor. And he was saying, no, you can't do theater without a writer. And I said, yes, you can, because you can do an improv. And Philip cracked, well, then the actor becomes the writer.
Well, basically, the term writer is used within the process. You know what I'm saying? And the idea of someone is creating the visual language as well as the verbal language as well within improvisation. So that in itself is used as a platform in order for spontaneity and a great deal of improvisation. I remember doing improvisation long ago, but I think when I want to we want to expand the idea and the role of theater in people's lives, you know. And how do we do that, you know? Because often the information we receive about ourselves indirectly through television does not meet our particular needs. It's sometimes going to the theater and the repository that the theater has, the way in which it captures the imagination, because you're there, you're live. It's not I mean, it's not to de-emphasize television and the program in television, but there's something about being in close proximity to language and words, you know.
And the people. And the people.
And the people. So the idea of the theater and I'm saying it is the repository of language as well.
You know, there's every so often somebody will ask me what's so special about theater, and the simple answer is that it's live.
It's live.
It's alive and breathing. You walk into a room and the lights go up, curtain goes up, and you have real warm-blooded human beings. And even though, of course, it is a play, it is rehearsed, and there are disciplined artists, still anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
And we've all seen a lot of that stuff.
We've all experienced anything can happen. It's magic.